What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Mac. Welcome back to the channel, man. Now look, bro, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, bro. All right, look. Talking about Kaiju number 8, chapter 36. Okay, we gotta walk through it. You know, we gotta do our walkthrough. All right, it started off with him, you know what I'm saying, finishing the blast from the last jump with a punch, really, that turned into a damn blast. So, she yelled out Kafka, boom, he catch the jump. But then you see him, his eyes is like, I guess his eyes would be the equivalent of if someone in anime just blacked out and don't got no pupils. So he really don't have no control. So he said, you finally showed yourself, huh? And you just see him, he like zoned out. So she like, what's going on? It don't look right. So all of a sudden, I guess, it's saying that his body is cracking, like literal, like it's making noise, like it's cracking, right? So then he screamed, like Kaiju screamed. I'm like, what the? And then she was like, I knew something wasn't right. So then they showed him, he like, what's the deal? I can't control my body. I'm like, this sounds just like a defense mechanism. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like you push someone to their limit, and then all of a sudden, this is what you left with. You left with a person who's unconsciously trying to defend themselves, right? So, say, damn it, at this rate, I'll never be able to prove I'm human. I'm acting like a full-blown kaiju. But it's like, it's not your fault, bro. Don't ever take blame for, you know what I'm saying, what the heck is going on right now. But then they show him like inside the body, right? And then they say, I'll kill. And then you see the joint that he swallowed. Bro, you gotta be fucking joking. Talking about some kaiju kill. Yo, that shit is hype as fuck. Cause you actually get to see the joint again. And you just see like, it's less of, goddamn. It's less of, God, I can't even get it out. But the fact that you actually see the creature that he swallowed from way back in the beginning, it's like, yo, what the fuck? All type of shit, you know what I'm saying? So he charged him. So essentially, they scrapping now. So of course the general like, yeah, he fast, but he's still just a savage beast with no regard for how he'd be open at the attack. This man rotates his fucking torso, bro. Some shit that a human would not do to hit this man. It strike him. I was like, oh boy, you know, fuck the wrong person out, bro. So then he was like a self-mutilating attack with regeneration as a failsafe. So you intend to pull a rug out from under you as I apply human logic to this. So Kafka like is yelling, but of course he's like, I guess subconsciously yelling, like trying to get himself to stop. But man, he started laying that shit on, boy, looking like E Honda slaps with the motherfucking hands, bro. So of course the daughter, she like, daddy. So he like, if it's not, he said, I'd be already dead if it wasn't for number 2 shield. So then he kick his feet from under him, and then he do one of his moves called Force Blast, right? Pop the shit out of his ass, like boom. So he knock him back. So then one of the other dudes started explaining stuff, right? He like, okay, so expanding the range of strikes with a sonic boom, that's the way number 2 off an attack. And then you see his body, and then there's a hole. So then he notices that it's the core, and you see it floating in the air. It looks like a heart wrapped in like kaiju flesh wrapped around it. And that's what I thought it was. Where the creature is, he must have bonded with the heart and made it like a cocoon. You know what I'm saying? So if you got the human heart, he must have took his body and his flesh and wrapped it around it again. So it's a perfect circle. And you see like, I mean, granted, it could be flesh tears from the flesh itself, but you know how our heart got tubes, really, where the blood pump, you know, you got 2 at the top and you got 1 at the bottom. So when you look at the tears, it's like, maybe that could be it, but I don't know if that's a reach, but it could be the tear. So to the core, and he said he used the body as a decoy to regenerate from the core. I'm like, yo, okay. So, and then you see Kafka, he like fighting like, this is too much. My body isn't going to last. I'm like, they not letting my man go out like that, so I ain't even going to be worried. So they keep fighting again. Hey, boom, they strike fist to fist. It's starting to crack the facility. They say, no way, the extra fortified shelter. And then another guy was like, it just broke 2 layers. The shelter can theoretically withstand up to 4210. So then one of the higher ups, he say, a bit of damage is only natural. After all, this is what happens when you cross time and have 2 identified kaiju, number 2 and number 8, clashing head to head. I'm like, shut up, bro. But we're not gonna worry about that. So a daughter like Incredible, he fighting on equal ground with the identified kaiju. Like, they throwing blows, they even, right? So then that same bald head dude, he say, still, it's odd. And the daughter say, odd. And then the guy say, if the director general planned on killing him, he would have been better off taking him out with his first attack while number 8 was in human form. It almost seemed as if he's purposely pushing number 8 to test him. All right. And he say, though I'm not sure why. So then she had a flashback to where she told him he personally saved my life, so I humbly suggest Lena Jones. She's like, so don't tell me, she said, don't tell me Daddy is giving Kafka a chance to survive. And at the next moment, Kafka pop his ass in the ribs. So then the boy's like, oh no. So then he dropped to his knees, and you got, he's standing over him, you know what I mean? Looking down. And they say number 8's fortitude is starting to pass Sauer's estimations. But the last panel, you see like Kafka, like he's super fatigued. Like he looks super fatigued. So the only thing that I can think of, because the chapter ends there. So the only thing I could think of is to go one of 2 ways. Either Kafka's going to snap right out of it, you know, and regain the consciousness before, like, you know what I'm saying, doing something where like he cocked back, he go for a blow, and then it stopped short because he gained control, or he gonna pass out. That's what I think it's at. Stop short with his last attack, stop short and get control of it, or he just gonna pass out from fatigue. I would like the former to happen and not the latter, because if the latter happens, then that's gonna make it seem like they can't control him. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what's going on. But if the former happens, and it's like the general probably look at it like, oh, so you was really trying me, like you was really trying to push me to, you know, see how far I would go. But man, god damn, was this chapter hype, bro. Like extremely hype. And I can't wait for next week so we can get essentially the resolution to this arc. Like, we're gonna get the resolution to this arc and see which way it goes, man. But that's all I got for you all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, man. It really help us out. Well, it'll help me out, which will essentially help us out, you know, trying to build this community, have this dialogue for great manga like this, man. And look, I see y'all in the next video. Lord.